What's up, bitches? This is part 2 of that one episode I made like a couple minutes ago. So if you liked that episode, I completely forgot to tell you to like, comment, subscribe, so do that shit. Bitch. If you didn't, why the fuck are you here, you loser? Anyways, so in the last episode, we've established my friend is afraid of heights. He likes older people, but not in that way. He just wants to impress them because we're both 8th graders, I think. And we're in a college dorm. Yeah, that's that. I think you're caught up now. So basically, we were doing football stuff on the side. One of the quarterbacks was chill, and I kept switching positions for some reason. Like I was over here, and then I was over here, and then I was on the defense. And the coaches just expected me to like know all of the plays, but I didn't because I was lazy and didn't want to read while doing football in the middle of college dorm life. Like, they were like, alright, now that you're done practicing and studying film for 4 hours, when you go home, instead of partying with all of the fucking seniors and juniors, I want you to study. I was like, fuck no. So, kinda got quickly demoted from, what's it called? First string? Sorry, I haven't been in football for a while. To second string because I didn't know any of the plays, quirky like that, but that guy was cool. He's not even part of the story. Why did I say that? That was a stupid tangent. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Anyways, so basically, let's get to the meaty stuff. Let's get to the one of the things I was excited to share to you. One of the funky little fellas. So, as I said, my homie was partying all the time, but for some reason this day he just decided not to party, and we went inside and watched Markiplier videos together. And at this fateful night, we were just fiending the ply, the 2-ply toilet paper that I want to wipe my ass. I want to put him in my booty hole, that beautiful, beautiful man Markiplier. Alright, we were fiending that shit, and all of a sudden, I hear panic in the disco on the wait. Okay, so we are feeding that, and then I was like putting off laundry, because this is week 2, and I was like, fuck, I forgot to pack, like, good. So I need to do my laundry, and my homie was like, I need to do my laundry. And at the time, I was a stupid little 8th grader, and I didn't know how to fucking do laundry, so I've been putting this off for a while, and I was just reusing dirty clothes like a dirty little 8th grader, dirty, stinky little middle schooler, But, I'm a clean freak, and I think that set in after the first time I used my dirty clothes. I was like, fuck that, so we're gonna get clean clothes. So I went down to the laundry room, which is on the 1st floor, and then I heard the panic at the disco, the little commotion in the bottom floor. And I started, I was literally walking down to do my laundry, and I went in the laundry room, and I was just like, fuck. And I got my phone out, and I was like, okay, how to do laundry like a stupid little baby, alright? And I just see, smoke in the distance. I'm like, someone's blazing up, that's what's up, Me too. Fucking love weed, bro. But I see smoke in the distance, I'm like, that's a lot of blaze. And then I see people run by, and then this fireman just enters the laundry room while I'm just standing there with my fucking trash bag filled of clothes. He's like, get to your dorm now. And I was like, alright. And then I start walking out the laundry room. I look to my right, and the entrance, it's just fucking blazed up. It's just on fire. The entire entrance is blocked, and I was like, ooh, that's not good, I don't think. And then, the exit was right next to the entrance, which was also blocked. So I was like, I don't think this is a good situation I'm in. I'm gonna just go back to my dorm, So I pull up to the crib, and they're like, what the fuck is going on down there? I tell them the situation, and immediately my 2 homies goes, fuck. And then the 3rd homie, the one that I was rooming with, the one that was scared of heights, that made me move my bunk bed down so he could not be on the top bunk even though he chose the top bunk, decides to start panicking. He was just fucking panicking. Just going crazy with it, just going in circles. I'm like, homie, it's gonna be alright. The firemen are already here. We're chilling. And he's like, no! You don't understand. I'm gonna fucking die tonight. I'm gonna fucking die. And I was just like, nah, bro, you're chill. Don't worry. It's not that big of a deal. Mind you, boys, we were on the 4th floor. So keep that in mind, alright? Alright, yeah. Okay, so we were on the 4th floor, and this homie is like, I'm not dying tonight. I'm not dying. I have so much life to live for. This is it. This is it. I'm gonna die, but I'm not gonna die because I'm too stubborn. I can't die yet. I'm literally only in 8th grade. I haven't felt boobies yet. And I was like, loser. But me too. Also, I was a very loser kid as well. But I like making fun of other losers because that makes me feel good about my sad, pathetic life. Ah! But anyways, so like I was making fun of him, and eventually he just opens the window and he's like, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, holy fuck. He's like, I'm gonna jump. I might break my ankles because I'm on the 4th floor, but at least I'll be alive. So then I'm like, no, don't do that. And he's like, yeah, I think I need to. I could feel the smoke coming up. I could feel it. The building's gonna collapse soon. All right, we need to escape. And if you guys could die here. You guys could die here, but I'm living, okay? All right. And then he just gets halfway out the window. One of his legs is already out. I reach for him to stop, and then his booty is just like, you know, cheeked up, just facing the hall monitor, and I'm pulling on his shirt. Oh yeah, the hall monitor enters at this point. And then he, like, as I pull him back, he looks at the hall monitor, and the hall monitor is just staring at what happened. And we're like, what's up? And the hall monitor is like, I just wanted to let you guys know everything's okay. We put out the fire. And I was like, homie almost broke his fucking ankles for no reason. That was funny as shit. Anyways. So, that was a pretty eventful time. And it turns out that someone started that giant-ass fucking fire burning top ramen. How the fuck do you do that? Top ramen is literally the easiest food to make. How the fuck do you burn it? How do you start one of the biggest fires in this fucking football camp's history over top ramen? What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyways, so we get reassigned to a different dorm, but that's not important. More importantly, we went to the Hall of Fame because apparently that's in Ohio. Was it in Ohio? Yeah. What's the other one? Utah? I just had the, like, okay, I'm a little bit stoned, so I just, for the split second, I was like, what if, like, this entire time I've been lying to you and it's just been an entirely different state? Because I don't really think about this a bit often, because I don't really like football, so I try not to think about it. But also, it's, like, a really fun story, so I want to tell you, because that's funny as shit. But if I get minor details wrong, my bad. In my defense, it was 8th grade. I've grown a lot since then. A lot of shit's happened since then. But anyways, so once that's over, one of the homie's sisters ended up being really hot, and none of us knew how to talk to her. And she was just known as the mythical red dress girl, you know? And we all just collectively simped over her, because sometimes she would visit us in the dining room. And we would just all turn our heads and be like, it's red dress girl, red dress girl. Oh my god, red dress girl. You know? Shit like that. You know, middle school boys, whatever. And we went to the Hall of Fame. It was dope as shit. We saw a fucking movie about, like, people that I forgot. You know, we saw a bunch of jerseys about some famous people. I saw Tom Brady's jersey there. And then we saw, like, the I think it was just the 50 rings at the time. Because, yeah. Because, Tom Brady had the 50th ring, and I was there right after Tom Brady got the 50th ring. So we pulled up, and we're like, whoa, look at these cool Super Bowl rings. And I was just stanced up, you know, at the Super Bowl rings, just looking at that shit, and it was like 247 fucking diamonds in this ring, because Tom Brady was losing 24-7 at halftime or something. It was some ridiculous number. So, like, there's 247 individual diamonds in this ring, and I was like, whoa. Red dress girl just pulls up, and we started talking. I was like, fuck yeah. And I start, like, getting groovy with it. But I did not make a move because I'm a middle school boy. I have no confidence whatsoever. But I was like, yeah, she's in love with me. It's no big deal. So I started telling all my friends she was in love with me. And, you know, eventually word got out because middle school boys. And she laughed. And me, I cried. Hopelessly. Because, as it turns out, this 16-year-old girl wasn't in love with this 13-year-old boy she just met. Wild information, I know. Also, she was way out of my league at the time. Yeah, but anyways, I think there was a thing where it was just like, yeah, this is the world's biggest football player's butt and the smallest, biggest football player's butt. And I was like, that's a big butt. and then I saw some stuff. And then, anyways, so the way the football camp is structured is you practice a lot, you practice a lot, you practice a lot, and then there's a game. And I didn't really care about the game at this point because football was already wearing off at me, and I just didn't really care. So all the homies were pulling up for the game, and I didn't do well under pressure at the time. I have a lot of anxiety, and it just hits whenever there's a big event. And this was one of the biggest events because it was a national fucking football game where all the best people in the nation kinda pulled up, and they just played against each other, and I was on that for some reason. So I was just like worried as shit. And then we went to like the football stadium right next to the Hall of Fame, and it had like all the telephone poles around that town were like field goals. So I was sick as shit, you know, like unironically. But luckily there was a thunderstorm during that game, and I was like, haha, don't have to play, motherfuckers. But then the thunderstorm wore off. So instead of me not having to play, we just sat in that fucking waiting room. You know, like in the movies where there's that waiting room right before they pull into the game? We were actually there, which was cool because before, you know, children don't get that. So we just sat in that waiting room for like 5 hours. It was awkward. But you know, that's how it'd be. Then we played the game. I dropped a bunch of balls because I was nervous. You know, football is kind of sus. Big hairy men tackle me while I play the role of a wide receiver, which his only goal is to touch balls. Anyways, I dropped a bunch of balls, and they were like, yeah, you're not coming back for international. I was like, good, I'm done. I just want to have these stories and leave. So then I flew back to California, and I was like, see you, nerds. But yeah, I think that's about it, really. That's the entirety of my football career. Not really. There's a shit more to tell you, but, you know, this one experience, that's it. There's probably more that I forgot because, you know, it was a fucking long time ago, and I didn't think I would be telling stories on YouTube, so I just tried to forget it for the most part. But there's probably like a few things that was cool that I forgot, so if I remember in the future episode, I'll be like, ba ba ba. So if you want to see me go ba 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 more, which I don't know why you would, but if you want that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It helps a lot, and I appreciate it a lot. Alright, see you, nerds.